Hi Pound Grace Rec students, it's Miss Alexa. Today we're going to be doing a forward roll, so I'm going to show you some drills and a lot of skills that we need to get the strengths for before starting our forward roll, and then I'm going to teach you how to do the forward roll. Alright guys, so before we start any of the drills or anything, we want to make sure we really warm up and stretch, make sure our body gets moving so we can do jumping jacks, high knees, booty kickers. You can run around outside, you can play freeze dance, anything to get your body moving that's cardio. And then our normal stretch from class, so like butterflies, pike stretch, straddle stretch, rocking our wrists out. Definitely make sure you stretch your wrists, your neck, and yeah. It's also really important that you're doing this somewhere where you first of all have parent permission, but somewhere where you can stay safe so you're not going to kick anything and you're not going to hurt yourself on whatever you're doing the forward roll on. Alright, so the first drill we're going to be working on to move towards getting our forward roll is just a sit down, stand up. You want to make sure you sit down and stand up with your arms by your ears and you're squeezing your feet together. This one's actually pretty difficult. As you can tell, I was kind of struggling, but just try to make sure you can sit down, stand up strong with your arms up by your ears and your feet together. All right, moving on. Here I show you the tuck position you want to be in a forward roll. So you're going to work on just pulling your knees in tight to your chest, putting your head down towards your knees, and squeezing in that tuck position. Then I start working on a rock and roll. So that's when I roll back, I keep my knees squeezing up to my chest, and then I roll back up to touch my feet to the ground. So you're just trying to roll around and get the feel of what the ending of your forward roll is. All right, next we're going to work on a rock and roll to stand. So it's the same exact thing. We're rocking back, pulling our knees into our chest, and then we're putting our feet to the ground, and now we're standing up. So you want to once again stand up with those arms up by your ears. You don't want to push on the ground to stand up, or else that's not going to help us with our forward roll. We want to try squeezing, pull our arms by our ears, and keep our feet squeezing together while we stand up. Knees squeezing, feet squeezing, everything is all squeezed together with our arms by our ears. All right, this next step is optional depending on how much room you have or what space you're in and what equipment you have, but I have a panel mat, so what I'm doing is doing a forward roll on an elevated surface where my feet land off. This just makes the standing up portion easier. A lot of us struggle with the standing up part because we feel like we don't have the strength to get up, so we use our hands to push off the ground. But if we're doing it off an elevated surface, it makes it easier for us to be able to stand without using our hands, and that's our ultimate goal. We don't want to make that habit. So if you have like pills or something that you want to stack up, or if you want to just skip this step completely, that's fine. But that's why I did my forward roll off an elevated surface. All right, now all we have left to do is the forward roll. Make sure you're doing it in a spot where you feel safe and comfortable once again. But what I'm doing is I start down in a squatted position close to the ground. I put my hands down first, and then I tuck my chin all the way to my chest. I pull my chin in and I tuck my head so that my head never touches the ground. And I actually roll right onto the top of my back. I roll basically in that rock and roll position that we were working on, so I keep that tucked in position. I roll on my back, and then I land with my feet together, and my arms are forward so that I can reach to stand up and bring my arms up by my ears. So once again, we want to stand up, feet together, arms come up by ears. All right, now that we've learned all that we know about a forward roll, it is so important that we practice. This is one of those skills that can be a struggle for some of us, and it really does take a lot of practice to get it right. But I want to make sure when you're working on it at home, we're not trying to take the easy way out and push on our hands to stand up or anything. I want you guys to work on getting it with your arms up by your ears so that you don't get in a habit of doing something like that, and just really be careful when you're practicing. I know it may be difficult and you might feel discouraged, but once you get it, it'll be awesome and you'll be able to work on skills like handstand forward roll, straddle forward roll. So just keep practicing and staying safe, and I wish you all the best.